What's up, guys? I'm back again with the review for you guys. I've been using the Nokia Lumia 610 for about a week now, and I'm right here with the software and the hardware review for you guys. So check it out. Amazing phone. I'd really give it an overall of about 9 out of 10. Even The Verge and all have given it something about 9 out of 10. Good one in that price range. It's the best in its competition, better than the Samsung Galaxy Ace overall. It's actually according to the price. If you take the price into consideration, I would rate it more than the Nokia Lumia 710. It's a higher version itself. So anyway, let's get right to it. So here it is, guys, the Nokia Lumia 610. I've been using it for a while now, about 3 days or something, and I've really got to say it's really amazing what Nokia has done with this phone. The hardware they've packed into it, and they're still giving out such a cheap price. It's really unbelievable. But anyway, I'll go through the whole phone for you guys. Right from the lock screen, you can actually see how amazing it is. The LCD 3.7 screen, the LCD capacitive screen that they have right here. And obviously the back feels really nice. You know, it's got a nice feel to it. It's not just that it feels like, you know, you're holding a rectangular box in your hand or something. It feels like a nice premium phone, even though not as premium as bigger phones in the market like the iPhone from Apple, but it still gives you a premium phone, much better than the Samsung Galaxy S3 or the Note 2, which has a plastic back, a really wishy-washy plastic, which is just a thin flap of plastic actually. But this one's really nice. It's quite hard. It's not that flippy flappy thing. You can't just, you know, flap it around. It's hard, it's hardcore, it is stiff, and it really gives you that protective feel for your phone. Anyway, it's got that premium feel which I've already told you guys, and seriously, you're gonna love it. So, you know, if you just go to the store and grab one from the store, just take it in your hand from the moment of the start, you're gonna love this phone. Anyway, I'll take you through its specs right here. Okay, so here we have the lock screen. You just have to swipe up to unlock, the usual Windows 7.5 Mango. But what I really love about this phone is its 3.7 capacitive LCD screen. And with that and the live tiles from Windows, this combination is just wonderful. Live tiles show you all your updates right here. Like you have my update from Facebook. I've signed into Facebook right here. So in the Me tab there, Me live tile, I have my update. I have one message. It shows me right here. It doesn't show me a message though. It just shows that I have a message. But that's quite good enough, right? And then we have, this is really like, I love this pictures thing. It gives you the preview of pictures, one picture at a time, the pan and zoom effect. It's just awesome. So it's got a 5 megapixel camera, the 5 megapixel shooter here, which is only capable of taking VGA videos, no HD videos, unfortunately. It's got a single LED flash, which is quite strong, enough strong for what we expect from Nokia. Not as amazing as other ones in its competition, this camera is, but this phone as overall is much better than its competition. This closest competition, the Samsung Galaxy Ace, or maybe the Nokia Lumia 710 itself. That's a bit more costlier than this, but this phone, I don't know, I really don't find any huge changes from 610 to 710 in the Lumia series, but this phone is amazing. So is 710, but I think if you'd ask me, I'd really go for this phone rather than the 710. Anyway, this phone comes in 4 colors. The cyan color, it's like a light blue color, which is my personal favorite. I couldn't get that at the store, unfortunately, but it is my personal favorite. You get it in a magenta color, you get it in a white color, and the black one, which I have right here. Then you also have a 720 hour 3G talk time. So it does have a quite strong 1300 milliamp hour battery, which is seriously amazing. People have been saying that this phone has a very bad battery that exhausts very easily, but I didn't find anything like that. I just charged it once, one full charge, and it's been going since yesterday morning, and It's about 2 days now, so it's really amazing. I've been using it like normal messaging a bit, using the browser for some time, the maps, the GPRS. It's not a very heavy thing that I've been doing here, but I suppose if you really had a heavy day through, it could take you through one day. It could easily take you through one day or one heavy day of use with overloaded messaging, calling, maybe GPRS. But what really takes the juice out of this battery is net browsing. I've really it takes a lot of juice right here. I've been taking a few a few looks at a few sites, and I've noticed that compared to the usual use, browsing takes a lot of juice. So maybe people's complaints are right about it, but I really didn't feel an overall bad battery life in this phone. It has a good battery life. Other than battery life, it's got about 120 millimeter height. The height right here about 120 millimeter this way. The width is about 62 millimeter this way. I'm talking about the whole phone. Then we have 132 gram weight to this phone, which is a little bit more than the latest iPhone, the iPhone 5, which is about 108 grams. And that is just 132 grams is actually quite light. It feels quite light right here. You know, it's not that bulky piece of metal or something in your hand. It's a light device, and it's quite light for what it's packed with, right? We have the capacitive 800 into 480 megapixel pixel screen, which I've already mentioned in my previous videos. Then we've got the volume rockers right here. We have the power button right here and the camera button right here. So this is filled up with buttons. This side there's pretty much nothing. On the top we have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, the noise cancellation microphone, and the micro USB, which I've already mentioned before, but anyway, just to go through again. Then obviously we have an amazing hardware inside this device for that price. It's not dual SIM though, but it's got that amazing hardware packed into it. It's right from the chip till the battery, everything is quite good for that price. So it can take up to 7.2 Mbps of data on 3G. This phone doesn't have any 4G, though the 4G is come out only in a few countries. The Lumia 610 4G, which is a little more price than this, but it's worth it. It's quite worth it. The LTE one, and no, actually I'm not sure if it's called LTE, but it's a 4G device. That's what I'm sure about. Anyway, it's this device has got Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi usual 802 Wi-Fi with the BG and N radios, not the A radio. It's a bit slower than its competition though, but it's got the same Wi-Fi antennas as the iPod Touch, the 4th generation of the iPod Touch by Apple. It's got the BP3L battery, the 1300 milliamp hour battery, and it is removable. Unlike a few other phones, it is removable. And on 2G the talk time is about 11 hours. On 3G it comes down to about 3 hours, the talk time, and the standby time is about 720. And then it's got that amazing camera. Even though it's okay, I gotta say this camera is the best in that range of competition. And then the camera, the 5 megapixel shooter, even though it's not an amazing camera, but all those features which it's packed with, the effects which is packed with, the modes of the camera, you can select through a range of megapixels. So you do have an option, like you don't just take 5 megapixel pictures or videos. You have an option to change megapixels, which is not there in the Samsung Galaxy S, its nearest competition. And obviously the Windows 7.5 Mango OS, it is quite fluid, even though when you are in GPRS, in Nokia Drive, or maybe in Nokia Maps, then yeah, you experience some lag, because that takes up a lot of the processing power, right? It takes, the Nokia Drive takes a lot of processing power. So it does take, it does give you a few problems with the Nokia Drive, and the maps is quite fluid, but if you go into exploration, you're going to check out what's around you and all that, then that does take up quite a lot of battery, and it gives you a lag, right? But yeah, all this amazingly fluid. Maybe not as fluid as the high-end top models, this GS3, the Note 2, the iPhone 5, the 1X, the 8X, which is about to come out. But still quite fluid. So you can see that right here. Sorry for that. You can see it right here. Let me just focus it for you guys. So you can see it, right? It's quite fluid, nice. It doesn't have any lag right here. But if I go into the Explorer right here, then it does take a certain amount of lag, even though not much. So it'll look for popular places, oh my Wi-Fi network, then it'll show me all this. And right here, if I scroll through, you can look at that, right? It's not very active. It takes some amount of time, and then it suddenly just happens. But it still is a small, minor problem. Most of us don't even use this feature, even though it's an amazing feature. Most of us don't use it. Pardon me for that again. Anyway, the 3.7 screen, which is not an 16:9 aspect ratio, which I really love the 16:9 aspect ratio, and I would any day go for that costly iPhone 5 just for that ratio. But this one's not got it. Anyway, you can't just have everything on a single phone, so it's not very disappointing though, because it's got many other features which you really want. The 2.4 focus aperture camera, and the camera has 2592 into 1944 pixels resolution of a picture. So if you take a picture, it's going to be that much of resolution. You can zoom in 4 into, then you have a focal length of 28 millimeters and all that complicated things, but basically it is a good camera. So if I pop up a few pictures right here I had taken with this earlier, excuse me, I don't know what that's happening, like this one of this box, we do have a few problems with the flash. If you take a very zoomed in photo, or if you're quite close to the object you're taking, then the surroundings look black, which is not amazing, especially if you're particularly taking in dark areas, not in less light conditions, I mean completely dark areas. So it gives you that small little, it just focuses on that thing, and then you can see light only on that. But anyway, it's not that bad. It is a good camera. Overall, it's an amazing camera, but though it does have a slight problem with the processing. If I zoom into this picture, I'm really sorry for that. If I zoom into this picture right here, you might be able to notice it gives me that slight lag. So if I am in this picture right here, and I zoom into a particular point, it takes time for that point to load, like that. You see that? But what I really love about this is like other the Android versions of Samsung do give you a small tile things here which you can swipe through your pictures. The Apple phones or devices don't give us anything like that. The HTC ones don't give us anything like that. But what Nokia and Windows, Microsoft has done with this is if you zoom completely out, you get that. A small thing of all your pictures, so you can scroll right through and go to the picture you want to go to without scrolling through each one and that heavy task of it. So if I want to go to this one, I can go right here, can zoom out and go back to the other one right there. I could take my menu right out by dragging it or something. I could share through it. I could share it on Facebook, quickly share it on Facebook. I could use it as a wallpaper. I could delete it right from here. I could take it to any applications which I've installed, pre-installed from the phone or taken from the marketplace, and I could modify this image using that application, or I could just add it to favorite, or I could just right from here autofix the image. So that's really amazing, the autofix feature, which is not really found in all Nokia devices. Nokia has really done a good job in this with the Lumia 610 and other the whole Lumia series. The video quality is not very amazing, even though we do have 640 to 360 resolution VGA video with 30 frames per second. We do have a couple of modes. We have a few extra features for videos, but I really didn't like the overall video quality of this phone. So if I play this video right for you guys, it you can take a look yourself. I could start right from the starting. One thing which I like about this phone's video capabilities is that it can the autofocus and the auto exposure is really amazing. So you can probably see it right from here. Look at that, you have loads of light, it adjusts according to that, and then when you come back, it takes it gives light to that area too. You see that? You get that light as soon as possible. That's quite fast. Even though I'm gonna have a few sample videos and photos of this camera for you guys. Anyway, going ahead and looking at other features of this phone, we've got the proximity sensor and the light and ambient light sensor right here. In front we have the calling speakers, good quality, quite loud, and these speakers are exceptionally loud. The main speakers at the back of the phone, which I reckon you won't be able to see, but there's a nice good big speakers right here. It's about this big. Yeah, you can see them. I guess you can see them. And if I play you something like maybe a tone or something, then you could really listen to them loud and clear. Amazing big loud speakers they have right here. You could hear that, right? It was quite loud and nice, and I really like the range of possibilities for ringtones and message tones that Nokia has provided with this phone. Amazing, nice, energetic ones. Anyway, going ahead, and the one thing which I like about Windows Phone OS is the People's app, which is really amazing, native app. But I'll go through this in a video from a video for Windows 7.5 Mango overview or something. Anyway, stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up button right below you if you like this video. It'll be a really nice support, and watch out for more videos from this phone. I'll give you a sample video for the camera or something. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Aditya from Techknowcrate.